Once again, I would like to say welcome to everyone who's here today. And as we go into today's topic, I'd like to remind us that we were already on a series. Let me see. Those who remember the title of our series, who knows what it is? Satanic deception. Excellent. And we are on the sub-aspect of that title. And today's subtitle is employing, or if you want to, you can say using the word of God as an effective weapon against satanic deception. Using or employing the word of God. We are already dealing with the things that we need to have as saints to be able to deal effectively with satanic deception. And for those who have followed, you will agree with me that we are in a season of deception worldwide. There's spiritual, there's political, there's social deception, there's cultural deception. Every aspect of the human community is being subjected to deception today. And you remember, one of the things I said about deception is that the idea is to blind you or sideline you from what the devil's intentions are. And that is, in the first place, to separate you from God and cause you to rebel against God. And any saint that is not conscious of this deceptive aspect of Satan is in danger of being swept away. Today, we're going to talk about the weapon of our word. Paul talks to the Corinthians. He said, the weapon of our warfare, they are not carnal. That means they are not fleshly. They are mighty through God, through which we break down strongholds. Deception is a stronghold. And through this word of God, we bring every deception of Satan onto the authority of Jesus Christ, so that Jesus Christ rules over that deception and it doesn't have an aspect over us. From the book of Job, chapter 22, verse 21 to 22. This particular statement you're going to hear, they were spoken by the friends of Job. And everybody who knows that story, you remember that at the end of the day, God, what's that word? Mustrare. God chastised the friends of Job. But that does not mean what they are saying is wrong. What they are saying is true. It's just that they do not have a proper context of what was going on. And therefore, their own observation and summary of what was going on were wrong and completely exaggerated. But hear them. From verse 21, it says, submit to God and be at peace with him. Acquaint. Last week, we talked about acquaintance. Number 2, he says, in this way, prosperity will come to you. Satanic deception, hear me, my dear friends, actually hinders true prosperity. What satanic deception does is that it makes you feel you are gaining something. It makes you feel that you are prospering in what you are doing. Whether the devil is making you steal, you are hurting somebody's child, you are hurting somebody's business, you are hurting somebody's wife. In the interim, the devil gives the impression that you are prospering. But the real prosperity comes when the individual is acquainted with God. Now, hear this. Accept his word from his mouth and lay it up in your heart. That is the secret of the power of the word. Let me read another verse for you today before we go into today's discussion. In Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of God is alive and active, sharper than any double-edged sword. It penetrates even to dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrow. It judges the thoughts and the attitude of the heart. Again, we are being shown the power of the word here. If you look at what the writer of Hebrew is saying, he first of all begins by saying that the word of God is alive and active. Number one. Number two, it says it is sharper than any double-edged sword. What it is saying is that there is no hindrance to the word of God on the left or on the right. That's why it says double-edged. It means no matter how you turn the word of God, it will go into the deepest darkness. When the politicians and the liars of this world start to bamboozle us, when you throw the word of God into it, it's able to cut through it without being hindered. And then the writer began to give examples. Even when it comes to the relationship between the soul and the spirit, the word is able to pass through it. When it comes to every little connection that you don't even understand, the marrows and the joint, the word is able to deal with it. I will take a break for a second quickly, and then we will get back to this.